Good evening, class, and welcome to the Week 6 discussion board for MPA 594 Comprehensive Exam Seminar with Dr. Sundstrom. My name is Luis Chavarin. So this week I'll be identifying two general public administration theories and two PSML concepts or theories from other classes. I'll explain the two GPA theories and how they might apply to a standard GPA question, and I'll be doing the same with the two PSML theories or concepts. And I'll provide information on how to access the information at the end. So the concepts and theories that I'll be focusing on for GPA, I'm focusing on the concept of utilitarianism and the responsibilities of democratic public administrators. And for public service management and leadership, I'll be focusing on Chris Argyris's The Growth Need and William Auchi's Theory Z. So for general public administration question, we can ask a question related to the duty of, public administrators or even public officials, such as what do we expect from public administrators or officials? The two concepts that I've chosen, or the theories that I've chosen, are utilitarianism and the concept of the responsibilities of democratic public administrators. Both are from Zavara's book, The Ethics Primer for Public Administrators in Government and Nonprofit Organizations. So for utilitarianism, this is the ethical theory that explains that the correct path or choice to make is the one that produces the greatest good for the greatest number of people. This ethical theory offers a perspective on the duty that public administrators have as public administrators to act in a way and make decisions that bring the most benefit for the most amount of people and in society. And this theory can apply in various elements of public administration, such as public budgeting, implementation and evaluation of policies, human resources, human management, and it also ties in with the concept of responsibilities of democratic public administrators. The responsibilities of democratic public administrators is also a GPA concept that's been debated since the inception of the study of public administration. Wilson initially argued that politics and administration had to be separated. So back then, administrators were believed to have different responsibilities at that point. In Zvara's perspective, the following are responsibilities of public administrators. I put them up there, you can go ahead and read them. But for example, putting public interest over personal or organizational interest, being bound by and uphold the law, and just supporting the democratic process. The main point of the responsibilities that Zvara highlighted is to put public interest over self-interest, which is a concept that's very similar to utilitarianism belief, that one must put aside self-interest and make decisions that are most beneficial for the collective good. For the PSML question, I've chosen to help answer a common PSML question, which is how can a public manager improve employee morale? This slide, I'll be beginning with the concept of Argyris's The Growth Need, as it kind of led to Theory Z. Argyris focused his study for human need, or he focused his study on the human need to grow or self-actualize to the person that they're becoming. And his theory held both psychological aspects and focused on the personality of people. Argyris argued that human personality underwent a continuous complex development from infants to adulthood, and a sense of self is eventually developed from interacting with others. And he further believed that humans have an inherent desire to strive for personal growth. His theory implies that the success of an organization depended on the success of individuals. So an organization needs to encourage and satisfy this employees' growth, needs to reach optimal efficiency in their operations and improve employee morale. This brings us to Auchi's Theory Z, which builds on similar ideology. He builds on Argyris's ideas, but he focuses on the work-life balance of employees. Auchi compared American workers to Japanese workers and highlighted different practices from Japanese management and culture overall, such as a holistic concern for workers, collective responsibility, which is also a utilitarian concept that encourages workers to put aside self-interest for the greater good or for collective interest, and collective decision making, which is also a form of participative management. Auchi argues for a healthy work-life balance by focusing on employee well-being and encouraging stable employment, high productivity, and high employee morale and satisfaction. Auchi extends and he improves on McGregor's theory why by including organizational culture perspective. He believes that organizations that develop intimate relationships and a shared sense of purpose through culture or through a value driven cultures perform better than those who didn't. And he included cultural considerations and theories on, or I'm sorry, including cultural considerations and theories on organizational cultures, such as Science's 3 levels of organizational culture and Theory Z, would be appropriate for answering the PSML question of improving morale. If you look here, these are the 2 books that I use from the 2 other for my ethics classes and organizational theory classes, and I also included the page numbers on the slides. And that does it for this week's presentation. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and hope you guys all have a great weekend.